this season's IPL has witnessed the third super over. No. In fact, fourth. No. Fifth. There were 2 super overs in the Mumbai game. And in the afternoon game, we have the third super over in this season's IPL, which is the most in any season. Which super over would you actually take into factor? SRH KKR played a fantastic super over, which shouldn't have actually gone into the super over. And again, Mumbai and Kings 11 Punjab, they just didn't play one super over, they played 2. Your pick.
I think I would have to go with the second one because that's something which I've not seen before. I mean, like it was the first for everyone, right? Like we all know what happened in the World Cup final last year, and then that led to the new change in rule. And I think I'll have to go with the second game.
So quickly, first, taking into account the first super over that had happened on a Sunday, the game between SRH and KKR. What are your thoughts on it?
I'll go with my miss from the game. And I think I'll have to go with Andre Russell from the winning side. We all know, how good he can be with last season. And I think even in the last KKR game, which they lost to Mumbai, Andre Russell was my colleague Santadeep's pick for the miss. Yeah, so he's made it for a second consecutive time. And he came in at number 4 with nearly 8 overs to play. And he could manage only 9 of 11 balls, which is again not which we are used to. He's not got going this season. He's scored only around 93, 94 runs. And even the likes of Pat Cummins has more runs than him. And one of the issues which I have with him is that he's struggling with injuries over the last few years, which is and KKR also has to persist with him because what he can bring to the side. And with the ball today, he bowled 2 overs in the last final over. Despite the injury, commendable effort to bowl. He had 18 runs to defend, but then he was ambling in, and he couldn't bowl at his usual pace. And the part which would have infuriated the fans would have been that that he couldn't hit the line at least, bowl a Yorker length. I know it's not the same coming at a full tilt and also coming with running in with an injury. But you could see that he was bowling half volleys to David Warner, and Warner, who was struggling to bat in that heat, he hit 3 consecutive 4s, and only in the final ball he could bowl at a certain speed. So I think KKR got away with murder in that game, and Russell, regardless, I think would be my miss from the game. Aravind, I would like to ask, what was your hit from this game?
Undoubtedly, it was Lockie Ferguson. I mean, where was that man? I mean, he pulled a brilliant spell. 4-0, 3 for 15. I mean, in a T20 game, taking 3 wickets up front and just giving 15 runs, and then he comes and in the super over, he removes Warner, and then allows KKR just about 3 runs to get in the super over. He comes in, he bowls in, and he gets Warner with a pitch of a delivery. I mean, you have kept that New Zealander away from your tank. And if I remember in the commentary, Ian Bishop was very infuriated that where was Lockie Ferguson all this time, because Kolkata they missed this fast bowler because they had Pat Cummins, who was not performing the role of a bowler, which we already have discussed. And there is an Andy Russell who is not performing the role of a batter. But here is a man who comes in. Sunrisers were going in such a fair clip. I mean, Bairstow was batting so well. There was Williamson, who was also struggling with injury. But then you introduce Ferguson, and he gives you for 4 overs he gives you 3 for 15, and in the super over he comes, takes you 2 wickets, gives Kolkata just about 3 runs to chase. I don't think so there is any other hit than this.
So we move on to the second game, which was the game with the 2 super overs. Kings 11 Punjab sneaked through, and then actually they kind of won it emphatically in the second super over. And we could see the relief on their faces, after the win, because they've been struggling really badly this season and they need this win badly. And Arvind, the floor is with you now. What is your hit from this game?
I think the batting of KL Rahul, I mean, he has been exceptional. He's the orange cap holder. I mean, he scored a brilliant 77. Every time he's coming out and batting, and if you go through those strokes and stuff, it has been brilliant. But Kings XI needs to know how to finish their games. But then, fortunately, they went into the super over. Mohammad Shami bowled a brilliant super over that helped them get into that, and then that Mayank Agarwal saving that six. I mean, that was exceptional. I mean, he fell down. I thought he almost broke his elbow, but then he came out and blasted those 2 fours along with Chris Gayle blasting off the six. I think it's exceptional.
So I think since we had 3 different phases of matches, I think you can have 3 hits in Rahul, Shami and Mayank. So yeah.
Yeah, Ashin. So what is your miss from the game?
I think I'll have to be very harsh here in a game of such drama, where I think I'll have to go with the running between the wickets by Chris Jordan and Quinton de Kock. They could have saved us a lot of trouble if Chris Jordan didn't have to run all the way around for the second run. I think he ran extra couple of yards, maybe 3 yards.
But then we couldn't have had.
He didn't even put in the dive, which I couldn't understand. That you're taking the extra yard, put in the dive. I mean, these are the things which I feel the team management will highlight in the review meeting. This could have been avoided. You put in the dive, you could have avoided the 2 super overs. And Quinton de Kock, with 2 runs to win off the final ball in the first super over, he hit the ball, and then he started off very slow for the first run. You are obviously, you have to go for the win, right? And you hit it in the covers, and you as a batsman have the perfect vision to what is in front of you. And he also fell short, and we went to the second super over. I mean, it was all great for the drama, but I mean, these are the things which might infuriate the team management in the next day after a exciting game of cricket. Yeah.
Moving on, we have got a very crucial match. I mean, Chennai Super Kings languishing just around the bottom of the table, and then we have the Rajasthan Royals. So, what are your expectations from the game?
I think the contest within contest for me would be Ben Stokes as an opener versus Deepak Chahar, the opening bowler of CSK. And I'm a huge fan of Ben Stokes. I really like to see how he gets going. You can see that he's just come into the tournament, and he's someone who likes to get himself in against the move, and especially against the moving ball, where Deepak Chahar, who is really coming into his own again in this tournament, Stokes will be really tested. And if he's a player who can get going, Rajasthan Royals could have a lot of issues sorted in their batting department, because it's been clicking here and there, and Stokes coming into the tournament is a huge boost for them. So if he gets going, I think that will be great for Royals, and Deepak Chahar would be key for CSK to set the tone early on in this game. So yeah, that would be my contest. What about you, Aravind?
I think, I'm waiting for this contest of Jofra Archer versus Sam Curran. CSK promoted Curran at the top of the order to, it was some kind of an experiment that there was a settled order between Watson and Fab opening the order, opening the batting, and but they want to go by this. So and Jofra Archer, I'm a huge fan. Smooth bowling action. You do not know when he slips in the fuller one, and when he bowls in the short one. But then I'm really looking forward to this contest of will Sam Curran actually tear apart Jofra Archer? Because in T20, because Sunil Narayan has actually shown that example of going up front, opening the batting for KKR and getting those quick 25 of 12 or or 30 of a 15. That actually gives the impetus to the team who's actually going. So I'm looking at this battle, and I want to actually know whether Imran Tahir, who was the purple cap holder, would actually gets a chance, because uh, I think CSK needs to shift away from their uh, constant trying and testing methodology and try something new, because I think the time is running out for them.
And like you said, like the battle is between two Englishmen as well, so that will be a exciting contest to look forward to, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it will be a great contest, because I think both teams are now they are now in a must-win position. They have to win every encounter, and also hope the other matches results also do come in their favor, because SRH, Kings 11 Punjab, CSK, and Rajasthan Royals, they have all played 9 matches and they're all at 6 points. So it's an interesting fight that is going on at the battle, at the bottom of the table. I mean, we all know. I mean, Delhi with that win against CSK, and Mumbai, despite losing today, they're pretty much settled out there. But yeah, I mean, these 4 teams, I think from tomorrow onwards, it's going to be a very must-win position for all of them.
Yeah.